And now we got another one, and he's so patient.
Oh,
Um, come on, Alan. Alan Dunkley. Come on down. Look at him.
I'm
We don't want
here.
to see your finger. Hey, Gordy.
Wait a
I
minute.
love that
I'm
shirt. Where
here.
you get that shirt from?
You know where I got this shirt from?
They didn't have none when I went.
Oh, well, that's when I went the first time.
Wait a
Oh, I
minute.
need I need one.
Uh,
But
well,
Wait a
okay,
minute.
this is Alan Dunkley. I'm introduced to some and present to others. This is Alan Dunkley right here,
Wait a minute.
and
hello.
he's a music
Hello,
aficionado.
everybody.
I know.
He's a music aficionado, and what I have in common with Alan, Alan and I are both graduates of the illustrious Hempstead High School in Hempstead, Long Island, New York, and all that good stuff. And we both were choir members, but not at the same time. Alan came before I did. So, and Alan can sing, and maybe he'll give you a tune. I don't know, but
No,
he
I'm
sure
not
made
doing
my
no tuning.
sons tear up. He did. He did. He sang at our wedding, and we love him for that. And you know what, Alan is still talking about that. So, you know what? I want to start this off because I want to ask you what what was it like going to Inkster that year when you went for the Marvelettes? And you sent me
Oh,
the book, remember?
yes.
Why is your thing like lopsided?
Why is what lopsided? My
You look
shirt?
like no, your whole
You
picture.
know what he is the position how he got either his iPad or his
Lord,
phone.
only Alan, Jesus. Go on,
No.
Alan.
You
Talk
want me
that
to
talk.
do? You want me to do it this way?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Had me,
Well, that's because you couldn't see. There you go. All right.
yeah, that's it.
I can plug you off to your
Lord have
Instagram.
mercy.
Okay. Now, what did you ask me?
Child, I forgot. No, I'm just kidding. What
No,
was it
you
like?
asked me what
What
was
was
it
it?
like going to the Marvelettes 50th anniversary?
Right, in Inkster. I think it was in Inkster, at
It
Inkster High
was. It
School.
was in Inkster. It was in 2011.
Yes.
Because I have to hold it. First of all, I found out about it on Facebook, and I've been a big Marvelettes fan. One of the reasons why is because Gladys Horton of the Marvelettes looked like one of my cousins, and that automatically made me a Marvelettes fan. My cousin Ricky Allen Sawyer. Um, but when I went, I videotaped it the whole way from the airport all the way through the concert and back home, so that whoever would watch the video would feel as though they were there with me. They were the Marvelettes were the only group of the Motown catalog that had a 50th anniversary. Not the Miracles, not the Supremes, not the Vandellas. The Marvelettes fans put together a 50th anniversary at the Inkster High School in September of 2011. And I went and I videotaped the whole thing. It was really good. Had a few things that happened, but basically they were celebrated, and I enjoyed that very much. Got to meet most of the Marvelettes or the Marvelettes children. Took pictures with them, and it was a fantastic experience.
Okay.
That's my answer to that question.
Well, thank you, Alan.
You're
So
welcome.
back in the day, see, people don't know, but I know because I read credits on the back of CDs and stuff.
Hmm.
The Purcells.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Purcells with Joan Paulin and Gail Houston and those girls.
Yeah. Joan Paulin, Gail Houston, Gene Johnson, and Betty Lloyd. They were from the Hempstead High School, and they were there when I was a freshman. That's when I met the Purcells, and they had their big hit, "What Are Boys Made Of," and the flip side, which was "Cheek to Cheek." And I was one of their biggest fans, still am. And I used to actually went down to the ultrasound studios, which was right next to the Calderon Theater, when they were doing background vocals for uh, a musician. I forgot the name at the time, but I went down there and watched them perform, and it was wonderful.
The that studio that you mentioned, is that near Black Falcon? Because I remember Black Falcon because you remember that group called Magic Touch and Step Into My World?
Yes, yes.
I worked
Uh,
with them when I was in high
oh,
school, but my
uh,
dad wouldn't let me join the group. I did some background work with them, but he wouldn't let me join. He said, "Your schoolwork come first." Oh, well,
that's
so I
right.
listened. And he was right. And he was right. He said, "No, no, if you want to do that when you graduate, fine. But bring me a diploma."
That's right. Do the paperwork.
That's it. That's it. But that was on North Franklin Street.
Yes, it was. It was right next to the Calderon
Right,
Theater. When
right.
I went there, it was called the Ultrasound Recording Studios, and the Shangri-Las also recorded there.
Really?
Yeah,
So you graduated when? 67, 68?
67.
When you were in choir, did you know Philip Creech? You knew him?
Yes, yes. He was behind me one year.
Okay, so Mel, let me explain something.
Okay.
Philip Creech was one of the best operatic tenors to come out of Hempstead High School. Alan, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I think he sang for the Met,
Yes, he
and
did.
he
Wow.
Yes,
had
he
a
did.
sister. He had a sister named Henrietta Creech, and she dated football player Jim Brown.
Oh,
And
okay. Right.
yes, and they had a daughter named Karen.
Right. I
Karen
knew
Brown,
Karen.
and exactly, she looks just like Jim Brown,
Yes,
but
she did.
unfortunately, she passed on. I think her son is a footballer. I think he's a football
Oh,
player.
okay.
Yeah. So, Alan, I'm gonna take you back to high school. Um, what was it like being in choir with Miss Peterson?
That was my favorite class, which was at 8 o'clock in the
I
morning.
think
And if
everybody
you came
favorite
late, you
class
couldn't
was choir.
you couldn't get in.
Mm-mm.
You weren't able to come in. And she said you weren't allowed to come in with an attitude either. Well, Quincy
That's what
Jones is
she
not
said.
the only one who said you couldn't come in with an attitude. And she and Mrs. Fish, I was in the boys' glee club, and then eventually I moved on to the choir, and then I was also in the traveling choir where we
Mm.
sang for the All American Youth Performs. We sang at Carnegie Hall. It was one of the anniversaries of the United States, and they had students from all 50 states, and I was one of the students from the Hempstead High School choir, along with Steve Nettles, Hank Bryant, Kyron Tamar, and Charles Roberts, who were all in my singing group. We all had a singing group called the Four Winds. Well, the whole group was in that traveling choir, and we would go to the city for about a week and worked on the songs and what have you. And the best part I enjoyed, along with the concert, was coming back home on the train and the bus and singing a cappella all of the different rock songs that we were listening to at the time, uh, singing the Chapel of Love in 8-part harmony and So Much in Love by the Times. Oh, it was
Mm.
just fun and wonderful. And of course, at that time, our Hempstead High was very much integrated. So we had people from all over, black,
All
white,
over.
Hispanic, Native
Mm-hmm.
American. We were all in there together, and we all
And
functioned
we
and
all
worked,
got along
and
too.
we all got along.
Sure
We all
did.
got
I
along.
mean, they well, see, you had graduated a year before, but in 1968, when I was a freshman, it was a lot of racial stuff going on, and James Brown had just came out with "Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud," and we were going
Right.
around sporting afros, and the Afro picks in the hair and stuff like that, and
Uh-huh.
somebody tried to start some mess, and then it was a big mess at Hempstead High School. But we got over it. We got
Yeah.
over it, and everybody was getting along, you know. So, um, I'm gonna say this. I was telling somebody, it might have been Barbara. No, it might have been Pat Ryan because she was in choir at
Oh,
Inkster
right.
High School.
Right.
And I was telling her how the anticipation, because back in the day, you had to audition for choir. You
Yes,
couldn't
true.
just come out of Glee Club and go in the choir. You had to make the cut. I think I might have told Mel this.
And it was
You
harder
had,
for the girls
oh heck yeah,
because basically girls always wanted to sing. The boys, she had to really round up because we sang or we didn't want to be bothered. And so we had to
exactly.
do Boys Glee Club, which was our freshman year, or at least one year. And then we were able to join the choir. But the girls had to go through 3 years, or at least 2 years of girls choir, girls choir one, girls choir two, before they could join the main uh, choir.
Well, when I was there, when I started then, like I said, I started in 1968. I went right in the Glee Club. And then
Right,
the next step up would be Advanced Girls Glee Club and then
right. That's it.
choir.
Advanced.
But
Right,
I went
advanced.
straight from Glee Club to choir.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, and the thing about it is you learn all year round. And then they had, I think in the spring, they had
Yes.
auditions for choir because they
Right.
had to do their class thing. Um, I'm going to use myself because I know how I felt. My audition was lunchtime. I was hungry. My
Oh,
stomach was just
wow.
growling, child. And they was having some good stuff in the cafeteria. And plus, the new high school was over by McDonald's. And my stomach was growling. And Miss Peterson had the nerve to be sitting up there eating a bag of Lay's potato chips and a bottle of Coke.
Wow.
And I had to sing, um, I remember the Lord bless you and keep you. I had to sing the soprano
Right.
part. Yeah. And I had to have the exact phrasing. You know how Miss Peterson was, had to do
That's
the exact
right.
phrasing. You had to be on pitch, you this and you that, and I agonized after that. I really did. I agonized because she had this stern look on her face. Mel, it's like she could look right through you.
Oh yeah.
She could look right through you, and you're trying to sing, and this woman is looking right through you
Mm.
eating these damn Lay's potato chips. So, and Alan's my witness. Now, the anticipation when they put that list out and it's in alphabetical order. So I gotta wait
Right.
till everybody look and
All the
see
way
if
to the
that name
bottom.
is on the list, right?
Mm.
And oh, I made it. I made it. And me, I'm getting depressed. I said, I ain't gonna make it. So I finally could get to the W's and I saw Washington, comma, Patricia. Man, if I knew what a praise break was back then, I would have took one.
Yeah.
Boy, I was happy. You know what? When you make choir, can't nobody tell you nothing because that's like
That's
the
right.
higher echelon. If you're in the choir, if you're in the band or the band show, you're a drum majorette, you're a twirler, or you're in the orchestra or the football team, you're something.
All those extra activities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
Right.
important.
Yeah.
Very
And and
important.
and you worked in the blue and white corner too.
I certainly did with Mr. Charlie Mills.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Let me ask
He
both of y'all this
asked, didn't
question.
he?
Yeah.
He
And
asked, didn't he, Mel?
I even had a solo because Mrs. Peterson had a solo for me that Philip Creech ended up getting, but that was my fault. But at any rate, I ended up doing a solo for Miss Peterson because um, Philip Creech had a solo of, oh God, what was the name of that? Behold a Star, with Yvonne Lewis as the soloist, the female soloist,
Oh,
and
okay.
Philip Creech ended up with the male soloist. And but because I couldn't sing early in the morning, I was shy, believe it or not. But what happened is the following year, when I went to Nassau Community College, I joined the choir there, and the choir there ended up singing, doing the Chichester Psalms, and the choir director selected me to do the cantor solo, which is actually singing like Eddie Kendrick with the high voice.
Mm.
And I invited Mrs. Peterson to come to the concert and watch and hear me do the solo. And of course, she did come. And of course, her response was, "Oh, that was really wonderful, but I know that I could make it better." And she
Ooh.
ended up having
She
me do
probably
the
could.
solo. And I
She
think you
probably
were there
could.
then. I ended up doing the solo for Miss Peterson. I got the solo. Miss Peterson got me to do a solo. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey Pat, let me ask
Yeah,
both of y'all this question. Now, you're talking about
yeah.
choir and the Glee clubs and all that. What what kind of music in the Glee club that you were singing different than what y'all was singing in the choir?
Well, we sang everything.
Sure did.
We sang classical music. We sang pop music. We sang,
Mm.
um, uh, sorry, uh, oh, Lord have mercy. We sang gospel. We sang, what do you call them? Negro spirituals.
Hmm.
And actually, the first spirituals that I really heard was with the choir because I went to a Lutheran church and they really didn't sing Negro spirituals that often. I didn't go to a Baptist church when I was younger. So that was my introduction to Negro spirituals was basically when I went to the choir in Hempstead High School with Mrs. Peterson and Mrs. Finch.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this with my experience when I had Glee Club with Miss Fish. We sang mostly show tunes. We had West Side
That true,
Story. We
right?
had oh, Guys and Dolls, a flower
Right.
drum song. I feel
Hmm.
pretty, oh so pretty. That song and some other stuff and a few folk tunes that I really
Right.
did dig. But when we got the choir, honey, oh man, it was a whole adventure. We started doing this African thing called the Misa Luba. If you
Oh
ever
yeah,
heard
Mr.
that,
Luba, yes.
the Misa Luba and Eldridge McCready,
Right.
called him to me. He did a lead on a song
Wow. Okay.
in African. Oh my God, it was spectacular. Then they had this musical called 200 Years of Black Music and Dance.
Wow. Okay.
Spectacular, spectacular. I mean, it was music from Negro spirituals on to popular music until, to the Supremes and stuff like that. It was just a great experience. And another great experience was NISMA. If you
Yes.
you tried out for if you tried out for all county, you made it. Especially if you auditioned and you made it. Oh man, I made it, but I couldn't be in the concert because my dad had died. So
Oh
I
wow.
was out of that. I couldn't even take the picture because I had to go
Mm.
to Connecticut. But I made it. I made it. And when we were doing the gospel, Miss Peterson had called Warren Andrews in because we
Okay.
were doing a spring concert, and she called Warren Andrews in. She said, "Hey, I want to do some gospel selections with the choir. I want you to work with them." So he came up with some songs. Um, Joyce Cumbo and Elaine
Oh yeah.
Hicks, Joe Abney, Delores Pippin,
Hmm.
all of them had leads. And quiet as it's kept, Warren kept coming up to the high school, and we go to the music room. Don't tell anybody, but I cut algebra. But anyway, I'd be in the music room, we're singing around the piano, and that was the nucleus for the Hempstead Community Choir. That's how it started,
Oh, okay.
right there at Hempstead High School.
Mm.
And Warren, he did a mighty work when he formed that choir. He did,
Yeah, it was beautiful.
he did. Alan, now, what was it like? We need a new driver.
I knew that was coming. I
We
knew that
did.
was coming. Oh my God,
What
that was
was
so
it like?
funny.
What was it like? I'm going to take it back to 2014. What was it like going to the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame? What was that like?
Oh man, I got to meet, thanks to Pat, I got to meet all of the Motown artists that I could possibly meet, and it was very special for me. Um, because we got a chance to see how wonderful these people were in person. They say,
Hmm.
be careful when you want to meet your heroes. Well, we didn't have a problem when we met ours. They were
Hmm.
all wonderful. Martha, the Vandellas, the Marvelettes, um,
Down to earth, very down to earth.
down to earth. The Andantes were wonderful. Jackie
Oh my God, don't
and
mention
Louvain,
Jackie.
and you know
Don't you
Louvain's
mention
birthday
Jackie because you know
will be
Jackie needs Jesus.
Louvain's birthday will be Monday.
Right, right.
April 8th, April 6th, excuse me. And
Yeah.
it was just wonderful. We got, uh, well, I even had a chance to meet Barry Gordy, but that was at another time. But
Yeah,
we
we
couldn't,
had
we
a
met the Miracles. We met Claudette Robinson at the time, the
Mary,
Velvelettes,
Mary Wilson.
Mary Wilson, of course, of the Supremes.
And
It
that's
was
how Alan
wonderful.
became my publicist.
Yes.
Alan was my publicist. You better come over here and take this picture. That's how he handled me. You better get over here if you want to take this picture.
That's
Okay,
Uh-huh.
true.
yeah,
And of course, once again, that was the time when we were going to the white party, which was the night before the celebration, and we were all going in, and they had the VIP section, and Mary Wilson came and she said, "Well, we don't need a VIP section
that's
because
what
we're
she said.
all here together. We don't need a
That's what she
separate
said.
section for them." That's what she said. And they took the
Hmm.
rope down, and we all sat there at different tables, and we enjoy each other's company. We danced and what have. We spoke to Mary. Mary did autographs, and Martha did autographs, and uh, took pictures and what have you. Spoke, signed albums and photographs and what have you. It was really wonderful, of course, and it
Yes,
happened all the way through to 2019
yeah, yeah,
when
and
that was the
and
last time
and
we were in Detroit for the
yeah,
rhythm and blues, at least for me. So
right.
Yeah, we
And
got
it, and
yeah,
it's
I'm
and it
sorry.
so happened every time we flew, me and Boogie flew. We always meet up with who? Alan.
that's right. I mean, we'd arrange it that way. But then, of
Yeah,
course,
that's right.
then I would drive everywhere because
I'm
we
like,
would rent a
Alan, we're
car.
gonna be at LaGuardia such and such. We'll see
Yeah,
you there. Yep.
Yep. And we'd get in the rent a car and we hung out for the whole weekend. And I usually drove. And that's why I was known as we need another driver because I was driving at the
Exactly.
time somewhere and
You know why we needed another
missed
driver.
it.
You know
Yeah, but I
why.
almost missed the exit. And I had to get to a new lane real quick to get off the exit. And everybody was rocked back and forth. And they said, and Mary's grandson said, "Oh, we need a new driver."
That's what he said.
That was funny. And
And
now
that,
I'm
that
always the one that they had to remind them that they need a new driver.
and I always
And
sat
now
in the
Reese
front.
is driving with a license.
How about that? I, I
Hmm.
I was I was always the one that sat next to the driver
That's
because I
true.
had the music. I had the music,
True.
and we'd be rocking and rolling. We had a
Oh
ball.
yeah.
We even went to
And then
Chicago.
we go and visit Chad, uh, uh, Motown,
Right.
Motown Mickey, and we went to see him
Mickey Shag, yes,
yeah,
yes.
we went
Oh,
to
he
see
was
him.
shocked. We
Uh-huh.
fooled him.
Yeah, we
We
surprised
fooled
him.
him.
We had been in touch with him on Facebook for about 2 years. But that second year,
Hmm.
we actually went and visited him at his
Yeah,
home. That was special.
yeah. Was. It was very special, and I know he was very surprised. He was
Yes, he was.
surprised.
He
As
was.
he was very surprised. Yeah. So, um, and you're a worldwide traveler anyway, because you've been overseas, and I've
Yes.
seen your pictures. I've
Yes,
seen the
I've
pictures.
been to Egypt. I've been to Ghana, uh, Togo, Benin, South Africa,
Yeesh.
Brazil, Peru, and Mexico, the Jamaica, uh, and a few of the other islands, California. Yeah, I've been in Canada. I've been to Canada too. So I've done a lot of traveling. Still a
Next
lot
time you
of
go to
traveling
Canada,
to
you can
do.
meet up with Paul Stannard. He's in
Right,
Canada.
that's true.
Yeah. So yeah. So you what's coming up for you, Alan?
I don't know. I'm just home right now, just taking it easy. I haven't figured out where I'm going to go next, but when I do, I'll let you know.
Hey Al.
Alrighty then.
Hey Al. Let me ask you
Alrighty then.
this.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You know what? The last time we were together in 2019, didn't we have a bash at the groundbreaking?
Yes, from Motown.
Yes, we had a good time. We had a good
That's
time.
that's when
Brian
we got a
Holland
chance to, when Claudette was
signing
showing
her
her
book.
signing her book for the miracles,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the opening of the Motown Museum, the new museum.
Exactly.
That was their
Exactly.
50th anniversary, I think, 60th. Yeah,
60, yeah.
yeah, it
Mm.
was 60 because it was 2019.
I will
Yeah,
tell you this. If you've never been to the Motown Museum, go in the summertime when the ice cream truck is out there because they have
that's
the best
right.
old school ice cream, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that ice cream is on the money.
Yeah.
It
And the
is.
truck is always there,
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
always
Always.
there.
Yeah. Hey
Because
Al.
Louvain came
Yeah,
on the show one time and she said, yeah, we were recording the Supreme's Christmas album in August and we talking about a white Christmas and we go outside and get ice cream. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
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 So
Hey Al.
yes,
Let me ask you this question.
uh-huh,
Now, you one of the original members of the Pep Squad. You listen to the show every week. Why do
yes.
you always end up in the corner every Friday? In the corner.
he's not in the corner.
Well, sometimes.
Alan,
Well, sometimes.
Alan,
Well, no, I'm sorry. That was Paul. But sometimes you do put
that's
Al
Paul.
in the corner.
See?
Sometimes.
Me?
No, I have never put Alan in the corner.
I never know. I've never been in the corner. I've always been
No,
on
he's
the good
not been
side.
in the corner. No, sir.
Oh, okay.
Not me,
That's
not me.
Paul. Paul's been in there numerous times, and then Roderick's been in there. Rashawn's been in there, but not Alan. Alan
Wow.
has not been in
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Alan,
Al.
Alan is innocent until proven guilty, and I
Al.
can't
That's
prove him
right.
guilty.
Al. I do apologize. I thought that she put
It's
you in the
okay.
corner a couple
Now
times.
you're in the corner.
Mm-mm. No, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No. But Lewis, he can't seem to log on, but that's okay because it's almost 6:30. We're gonna let Alan go. Um,
Well,
but
I
he'll be
thank
back.
you.
Well,
I
I
thank you
thank you
for
for
the
coming
invite.
on. I
And I
thank you
thank
for
all of
coming
for
on.
listening, all of the listeners of the Pest Squad, because as you say, it's all in the grooves that counts.
That's it. But you know what, Mel? I want Alan to record a drop. I forgot to get Rick to do one.
Okay.
Maybe he'll do it.
Okay.
Oh Lord, Mary said Reese has his CDL license. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I remember these kids when they were little.
Sure enough.
And you know when they went to the Gordy Museum and I sat in the car and then y'all went to United Sound and these little boys and
That's
now this
right.
young man has a CDL. I quit. I'm gonna need.
Mm,
I'm gonna
mm,
need.
mm.
Wait. Let me say this. This show is brought to you by Sweet Bitch, Moscato. Get you a nice cup, a glass with some ice in it, and pour you a glass today. Child, these kids are growing up too fast for me. Mm-mm.
Mm, mm, mm.
No, sir. But anyway, Alan, I need you to record a drop. I'm gonna see if Rick can log back in or whatever, and he can record a drop, or he could do it the way I did Paul's. He could do it.
Okay.
But you work with Mel. We're
All
gonna
right.
have some music. You could do
All
it like that,
right.
right, Mel?
Yeah, I can do that.
Um,
All righty.
Wait a minute, I gotta tell them what they're gonna hear. I gotta find it. What the hell is going on? Child. Okay. Um. Oh, I know his name, Kim Weston.